Right, what's the story, people of the internet? As promised, this is part 2 of the transfer special. We are going to go from Liverpool on downwards now in alphabetical order. So let me get my timer back up here, and 3, 2, 1, start the clock. Liverpool brought in Diogo Jota from Wolves, brought in Thiago from Bayern Munich, and brought in Tsimikas from Olympiacos. Some astute signings, good left back, Thiago, no, enough said about Adrian. Thiago dominated for Bayern Munich, very astute signing there. And Diogo Jota, I mean, he's only 23, he can only go up from there, especially if he's surrounded by quality players. Right, got there in 27 seconds, reset the clock, scroll down to Manchester City. Start the clock. Ruben Dias from Benfica, fantastic centre-back. Nathan Ake from Bournemouth, he's only 25, he can only get better. Ferran Torres from Valencia, don't know much about the lad, but he's only 20, and Pep Guardiola must have seen something in him. Other than that, nothing too major. Any big departures? Let's have a look. Oh, Leroy Sané, of course, leaving to go to Bayern Munich, and Otamendi going to Benfica. That's some great deadwood that they got rid of there. And then while I'm scrolling down to Manchester United, David Silva leaves after 10 years, going to Real Sociedad. So he's back in Spain. Right, start the clock on Manchester United. Donny van de Beek, great looking midfielder. I'm really happy with Donny van de Beek. Alex Telles, only time will tell, but I think he's a very astute left back signing. Pelistri and, oh, where's the other lad? Oh, they don't have the other lad on here. Pelistri and the other young player that we signed, I think they could be good for the future. And then Edison Cavani, he's been blowing up the Champions League for many, many years. I mean, he can only help us from there. So, right, reset. I'm going to leave the rest of the Manchester United talk for a separate video because there are some things I want to say about owners and ownership. So I'll leave that for another day. Anyway, start the clock on Newcastle. Callum Wilson from Bournemouth, great signing. I think he's going to do very well for Newcastle there. Jamal Lewis, I don't know too much about him, but young English left back, can't go wrong there. Jeff Hendrick from Burnley, I think that could actually be an astute signing. Same with Ryan Fraser. Not going to set the world on fire, but could do a job for them. Definitely good bench players for the cup and things like that. Stop the clock, 29 seconds, reset. On to Sheffield United. Right, start the clock. Ryan Brewster from Liverpool, young 20-year-old, interesting signing. I think he could do well there, especially because he'll get plenty of game time. Aaron Ramsdale, don't know a lot about him, young English goalkeeper from Bournemouth. Hasn't looked too steady, but then again, he's only been letting in 1 goal a game, so I can't say too much there. They didn't bring in any other players. They could have really done with some players. There's some academy players that are on the list there, but nothing that's going to set the world alight. No major departures, so that's good for them. Right, reset the clock. On to Southampton, start the clock. Ibrahima Diallo, a DM from Stade Brest, don't know anything about him. Kyle Walker-Peters from Spurs, if he hits the ground running, I can see him doing very well. He played decently for Spurs. He's going to get the game time there. Theo Walcott returning back from to his old side. I think he'll do well. It's going back to your old side. He's not going to set the world alight, but he'll do decent things for them. Salisu, young centre-back from Valladolid, don't know enough about him, but he's looked good so far. Right, while I'm going to the next one, only big departure was Højbjerg. I think he's a good signing for Spurs, but we'll get onto that in the next one. So, start the clock. Lo Celso from Betis, I'm sure that was the last window. I think this is a bit dodgy. Sergio Reguilon, great left back. Could have took him at United, but c'est la vie. Matt Doherty, fantastic right back signing. Replace Aurier, who was getting taken advantage of. Højbjerg, another one of those cup players brought in. I think that's fantastic. Vinicius, don't know a lot about him, but I think he could do really well for Spurs. Brought in from Benfica. Right, reset the clock. On to West Brom. And start the clock. Don't know anything about Dian Garner. Mateus Pereira from Sporting. Have to see. Portuguese players usually do quite well in the Premier League. See what happens. They brought in Branislav Ivanovic, robbing the old people's home there a little bit. Other than that, nothing overly excessive. No great departures. Plenty of players coming in, but nothing that I recognise, unfortunately. Probably a lot of Championship players there, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Right, on to West Ham. Start the clock. Thomas Souček from Slavia Prague. I think that's a good signing. He's already showing his worth there. Vladimir Kufel, also from Slavia Prague, robbing the Czech league there. Other than that, that's it, actually. Those are the only players that they brought in. That's crazy. Departures, big one, Felipe Anderson to FC Porto. They're going to miss him. I know that they didn't have him because of injury, but they're going to miss him big time. Other than that, not a lot to say about West Ham. They'll probably also come up in my video about owners because they've been messed around a little bit. Right, and on to the 10th and final one. Start the clock for the Wolves. Fabio Silva, brilliant looking young 18-year-old centre-forward from Portugal, of course, because they are the Portuguese national team. Nelson Semedo, shore up the defence there. Brilliant right back from Barcelona. Other than that, nothing too major going on. They did lose Diogo Jota and Helder Costa, so they have to replace them and Matt Doherty. But then again, they got in Nelson Semedo, so ready-made replacement right there. Right, did it again. Did my 30 seconds per team. So we're still sticking with the short video. So I hope you enjoyed the shorter format, and I hope you enjoyed the transfers. I might do another version of international transfers, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, that sort of thing. See how I feel, might do that over the weekend, especially because we are in international football. Might mix that together with the internationals. Might do a bit of a half and half video. So however that comes up, that'll be coming out on Sunday. So keep an eye out for that. I hope everyone is doing well, staying safe, keeping out of trouble, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you.